that the world still doesn't understand what's going on with our children and the kids that we care about. The events in Newtown, Connecticut, while fortunately rare, very, very rare, even though it doesn't seem that way, statistically rare, is a tragedy that needs to hopefully be the tipping point. And the fact that President Obama and Vice President Biden have gathered 15 of us who are in the mental health and disabilities field, the one thing we all agreed upon was that there's a need for a national conversation about how real, how common, and how treatable these disorders, whether it's dyslexia, autism, ADHD, or all the others that 15 million children suffer from in the United States, where less than half get any help. And that while all of us will agree that no American needs to have an assault weapon, that is not the answer. That's not the only answer to this problem. We need to think about diseases above the neck with the same kind of scientific rigor, the same kind of compassion, the same kind of attention as the rest of the body. And this is the moment. I mean, clearly, this conversation has to start. May is Mental Health Month. I was trying to explain to the Vice President that it really should be Speak Up for Kids Month, because 75% of all serious psychiatric illness occurs before the age of 24 and 50% before the age of 14. So the fact is that you're much more likely to hurt yourself than hurt somebody else if you have one of these disorders. It is nothing less than outrageous that in the middle of all this shootings, someone says, oh, he must have had Asperger's, which makes so many people frightened. And it's because the evidence is that people who have Asperger's might get angry, might get aggressive, but not in a premeditated way to go kill 20 people. It's hopelessness and helplessness that makes people strike out against themselves and against others. You know, there's an interesting fact. Attorney General Holder was sitting at this meeting, and some woman spoke from the Federation of Families and said, I've gotten so many calls from family members, parents who have a child who's sick, who are now worried that their child will be ostracized or be asked to leave a school. And she said, and I turned to the Child Mind Institute to write something about this on our website, and I said to Holder, 5,000 people between the ages of 14 and 24 will kill themselves this year. Suicide rate hasn't changed since 1960, 5,000. But 600,000 will show up in an emergency room because of a serious attempt. You can be Republican, you can be Democrat, it's unacceptable. You can be conservative and liberal. That statistic is unacceptable for, as Meryl said, the greatest nation in the world. So this is our moment. It means that after we leave this, it's time to write to your congressperson, it's time to talk to your state senator, it's time to talk to your friends. Our children deserve the same rights as kids who have diabetes, who have cancer, and this nation can do it. I'm old enough to remember when we whispered the word cancer. There are people in the room who are old enough to know that FDR tackled polio in a way with the March of Dimes, and I certainly remember the fear we all had from AIDS, and when President Clinton embraced it, and when Rock Hudson said he had it, and Doris Day hugged him. Today, we have a whole new set of medications, and people with those diseases don't frighten us as much because they get to live normal lives, and they die of something else. And we're not frightened in schools. Do you remember in schools we had to wear gloves and boots, and somehow Ryan White changed that, and more importantly, we started teaching kids about safe sex. We can certainly do this for psychiatric disorders. So I thank you for this honor, but I have to tell you, I need your help because we have so much more work to do, and we have to do it right now. Thank you.